Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be short range forecast. The main things we'll be talking about is the potential for a snow system, wouldn't call it a snowstorm, just a blast of snow for the northeast, and potential for a winter storm, wintry mix freezing rain in the south around Texas, Oklahoma area. So let's just dive right into this. Actually, before we do, if you'd like to support this channel, consider doing so by subscribing. It's a great way to support it, and just thank you for doing so. So right now we are looking at a little bit of some scattered snow showers across the northern Illinois area. This is the NAM. It's a little bit overdoing this spot of area, or area on the radar. There's really nothing much going on the radar right now, but there. I live in Chicago, so if I looked out the window right now, there would be some flurries falling. Um, and there's a snowstorm here in New Mexico bringing quite a bit of snow, and this basically sets the stage for this little storm that will be going on in Oklahoma, Oklahoma and Texas. So you can see this low disappears, but it kind of transfers its energy into this more of a system in Texas and Oklahoma, brings up a little bit more moisture, and with the cold air being in place, this is probably the first time we had a cold shot since a long time. There's decent cold across this part of the country right here. We had wind chill watches and warnings, not warning, wind chill advisories, and they were in effect for much of these areas here. And sorry if you hear a vacuum in the background. We're doing some house cleaning. So right now there is a there. Sorry about that. I just keep getting distracted. So we're seeing this is around 28 hours out, Wednesday, January 2nd. So this would be somewhere around that time frame of 6, 7 o'clock in the evening. We are starting to see a blob of moisture starting to lift up into the United States, especially the Arkansas, Louisiana, and Texas area being impacted by this. You could see a little bit of some freezing rain, maybe some snow showers in the colder side. And on the northern side of this, not really connected to the system at all, we see a clipper starting to develop that will move on and bring up to maybe 5 inches of snow in the northeast. And that will be the main show for the northeast. Well, for the south, it will be this system. So you could see bringing freezing rain, snow. That's why there's already winter storm watches and warnings up, because not warnings, but watches up, because not necessarily the great snowfall amounts. There will be some snow, but mainly the threat for some freezing rain. And as you know, the National Weather Service is very careful with that. When they see even a tenth of an inch of freezing rain potentially, they could issue a winter weather advisory or even a winter storm watch, especially the further south you go. But definitely snow will be a possible, especially into Thursday and Thursday evening. You could see a band of snow into Texas, northern Texas, and Oklahoma, and then this lifts off and really doesn't become much of a system. Usually, these systems, strengthen as they go along. This one weakens and basically turns into a couple of rain showers for the northeast. So the main show for this a storm will be down in the south. You can see the snowfall accumulations are fairly decent with this. I think they're maybe overdoing some of these locations with 16 inches, but I definitely would say that up to 7 inches of snow is definitely a possibility. So let's just zoom in on this and let's go to the south central United States. That's where this storm will be occurring, and you can see a bullseye right in southern Oklahoma. Again, these snowfall amounts are pretty high. Will they be that high? Depends on how rapid that transition from snow to rain is, or rain to snow is, and how much freezing rain we see. The less freezing rain, the more snow, the more snowfall accumulations. So potentially quite a bit of snow in the south central United States. Let's go to a different model. Let's go to the GFS model. Let's see its snowfall totals. Again, you can see much less than the NAM, but I think the GFS is maybe a little bit underdoing it. I would say that definitely up to 10 inches in some locations is possible. We've seen that before with southern storms, that they overdo, basically they overachieve. Basically the rain and moisture is so plentiful that once it transitions to snow, if it's cold enough, which in this case it will be cold enough, then the snowfall rates can be much higher and greater than expected by anyone. So that's what happened with Winter Storm Diego. I'm fairly sure that was Winter Storm Diego in Amarillo, Texas, and Laredo, I think Texas. It was supposed to be 3 to 4 inches, and it dropped up to 10 inches. Or Lubbock, Texas. I think it was Lubbock, Texas, that dropped up to 10 inches when it was only expecting to be around 3 to 4 inches. So this could be this similar event, and you can see even the GFS in some areas is showing up six over a half a foot of snow, which is still quite a bit. So I should have searched this up earlier. But let's go quickly to the windy.com, which shows us the European model. And the European model is a great Again, a great model that many people prefer over the GFS in most models. So let's go to Rain Thunder, and let's go to New Snowfall, and let's go on New Snowfall and see what the what the European model is showing. So earlier on in the week, it was showing much greater amounts of snow for the south. It was showing even some areas up to 16 inches, just like the NAM. So that's why it leads me to think that the NAM wasn't overdoing it. It got greatly, but it has reduced it at this point. But still, up to 8 to 9 inches of snow is definitely a possibility. This is still not set in stone, so I do think this could still go up, maybe go down, but I think it has a greater chance of going up. And what I've realized over the past couple of days with these models, new model runs coming in, it has become more widespread. You could see maybe Armadillo seeing up to, sorry if I'm butchering that name, 1.5 inches of snow, Lubbock, Texas, 1.4, Odessa, oh, maybe an inch, but then that most of it will be in northern central Texas and south of Oklahoma City. So now I'd like to go to the National Weather Service and see what they have in terms of watches and warnings. So again, there was a system in New Mexico that left quite a bit of snow in New Mexico. Obviously, there's still winter storm warnings in effect, but I'm just letting you guys know that this is winding down. The worst is probably over at this point, but that doesn't mean you should let your guard down. You can see there's still some heavy snow showers going on. And if they have winter storm warnings up, that still means that hazardous conditions are expected and will continue for at least a couple of hours. Again, additional snowfall accumulations. This was as of 3:20 a.m. So at this point, it's a little bit outdated, but I would say that mainly, maybe 2 to 3 inches of snow is still possible across these areas. And you may be wondering why. Well, again, it's at 3:27 a.m. This was issued, which is now it's 5:45 in the afternoon. Well, this was mountain time, but still, that's very early on in the day. So let's go to now this Oklahoma area, the Texas area where that little storm could be occurring. I call it little because the snowfall amounts aren't going to be little, but the widespread, or the spread, the real estate that it covers isn't going to be overly expansive. So we go to say south of Oklahoma City since that's where the worst is going to happen. Let's just click on a random county, random location, and you can see winter storm watch, which is probably going to transition into a winter storm warning. So freezing rain, chance freezing rain, and then that snow. So this freezing rain definitely is adding to that threat because again, if we see more freezing rain, then that could be more dangerous than when we see more snow. So everyone would prefer to have more snow over freezing rain unless you like freezing rain, which I don't know if you would really want that. So you can see heavy mixed precipitation possible. Total snowfall accumulations 3 to 6, and ice accumulations up to 2/10 of an inch. Which alone, 2/10 of an inch could be a call for winter storm warning. Aside this 3 to 6 inches that's going to fall. So this is definitely a storm that is deserving of winter storm watches and winter storm warnings because of its it's freezing rain and precip. So this is basically what it's showing Wednesday, which is going to be tomorrow. Mainly freezing rain threat across. Sorry about this. I need to sneeze. Mainly south of Oklahoma City. And mainly freezing rain, not rain, not snow, not sleet, just mainly freezing rain. We go to Wednesday night, we start seeing a little bit of that snow sleet mix, and that freezing rain getting pushed a little bit further to the east. Into Thursday, we see quite a bit more snow. The freezing rain's almost it's gone completely. We see freezing rain to rain. So we see that basically what we see is we could see a little bit of freezing rain, but the freezing rain itself is basically going to be gone. I would say that it's not going to be as big of a freezing rain event as they're showing it going to be. I think it's going to be more of a snow event at this point on Thursday. And then Thursday night they don't have anything up. Temperatures. Let's just not get into that because that'll be too long, too expensive. But again, Thursday. Is going to be the day that most snow is going to be falling into Thursday evening. Thursday night, again, would be all snow, but they don't have this image up right here for some reason. But freezing rain to rain out again, I would say that at this point, most of the freezing rain threat is gone. If we look at the models, that's what they're showing. So let's quickly now zoom over to the northeastern part of the United States. I would like to show you that clipper that I was talking about at the beginning of the video. Um, Let's go to our 0 and let's go to MSL pre and precip. So this is the GFS model. I'll show you the European in just a bit and the NAM. So right now we are seeing calm conditions. We just had a major storm pass through with rain and quite a bit of snow in Maine. This is Wednesday. Thursday we start seeing it organizing in the upstate part of New England, and then we see it strengthening. If this was a little bit delayed, we could have seen, we could be seeing a big storm right now, but we're going to be seeing a fairly big area of precip, but they're not going to combine exactly, and the things aren't the necessary factors aren't just going to combine perfectly to form a big blizzard. But this could have been a potentially big storm if it was a little bit colder and if this was a little bit further to the north. But again, some snowfall accumulations are still possible, and then this storm is that little storm that we saw, that would be bringing that snow to Oklahoma and Texas and the freezing rains. So snowfall accumulations not that great. Again, maybe up to 5 inches in some locations, but widespread 1 to 2 inches seems the most likely. The NAM model I think shows a little bit more, not that much actually. I thought I was looking at a different model then. It has it a little bit, further to the south, maybe affecting parts of New York City and into Boston, but really it's still widespread 1 to 2 inches. The European model I think has, again, not that much either for it, even less snowfall amounts. And let's go to the next 3 days. There it is. That fifth day could be some different type of storm. But again, 2, 3, maybe tops, 5 in some higher elevations right there. You could see by Bangor, Maine. But Boston, Massachusetts, maybe half an inch. And in New York, according to the European, would be seeing nothing. So at this point, it seems not a big event for the Northeast and a bigger event for the Oklahoma and North Central Texas area. So stay tuned, and I will catch you all guys in the next episode.